Welcome, dear listeners. When I prayed about the new Canadian Prime Minister, I received a vision where I saw him handing the leadership of the nation to the Church of Canada. Now, what is the background? In a previous prophecy, I had a word for Prime Minister Harper when he was still in office, that he was pulling the country in a direction that was not of the Lord. He, in turn, was being pulled by the U.S. And then there were the prayer of the saints, that they were as if rocks were placed on the rope that were hindering the rope to be pulled in a direction. And he tried to pull, and there was more intercession going on, and there was a heavy rock, and there was this pulling, and the intercession went on and on. At the end, he gave up. So in reality, he now gave up. So that part of the prophecy, I believe, already came to pass. And then there was another where Canada drifted to the north, and I could see a gap in between. And so right now, the new Prime Minister declared that he would pull back the warplanes that were flying along with the U.S. Army or U.S. Air Force in Syria and in Iraq. So Canada is trying to break free out of the U.S. hegemony and go its own way and drift further north. So that is about to fulfill and fulfilling itself. And then I saw another part. I saw an explosion in the U.S., and I don't know what exactly that explosion was. And then I saw many refugees come over to Canada. That part is yet to be fulfilled. So I want to encourage the believers in Canada that your prayers, if you pray that the will of God will happen, or you get direct insight to what the will of God is, that's, I think, even more efficient, that these prayers are not in vain. Actually, the removal of President Harper, although he says he's a Christian, I believe is an answer to prayer. When you talk about the new Prime Minister allowing Mariana and so forth, you know how to stop Mariana? When the church takes authority, preaches the word, and calls unto the Lord, that he pours out the Spirit of God, and people are being touched and get the real, get the authentic, then they refrain from substitutes. That's how you deal with this issue. And with the kind of lawlessness that might take place, because he has been handing over the leadership to the church. And there can be a substantial amount of lawlessness as opposed to the previous government. But then the responsibility for the nation now lies for the body of Christ to rise up and take authority and handle these issues. And if Canada rises up and takes up the responsibility that Jesus wants to give them, then it's more effective than any worldly government. Thank you for listening, and encourage you to get up. I encourage Canada to rise up and pray. And pray for the new Prime Minister, and for the Spirit of God to hover over the chaos, and then for the divine order to come forth, which will be visible not only within Canada, but to the world. At the end, I want to offer something to you. We set up this email address, visitheaven777@gmail.com. You're welcome to send any kind of requests, prayer requests, or things that you want me to pray about, and I'm willing to give you the answer if I receive something. Thank you for listening. Welcome back soon on this channel.